In part 2 of trigeminal and parasympathetic ganglion, so we'll be continuing with the maxillary nerve. So in part 1 we saw about the pathways of the maxillary nerve. So we'll look at the branches of the maxillary nerve. So what are the branches of maxillary nerve, sir? First important branch is meningeal branch. Okay, so this meningeal branch is going to supply what? That is the anterior and middle cranial fossa. Okay, that is the meningeal branch. Next we have the posterior superior alveolar nerve. Okay, so posterior superior alveolar nerve is going to supply our upper jaw, that is the molar. Okay, upper jaw, that is the molar. So here we are having posterior superior alveolar nerve. So do we have anterior superior alveolar nerve and middle superior alveolar nerve? Yes. So we are also having the anterior superior alveolar nerve and the middle superior alveolar nerve, that we call it as infraorbital nerve. Okay, we'll see later. Now before that we'll see about the zygomatic nerve, where it divides into zygomatic temporal and as well as zygomatic facial nerve. Okay, so this zygomatic nerve is divided into two important things, that is the zygomatic temporal as well as zygomatic facial nerve. Right, so we will come back with the infraorbital nerve. Okay, this infraorbital nerve gives what? Middle superior alveolar nerve, which supplies mainly our upper jaw muscles. Okay, along with that we also have anterior superior alveolar nerve, which is going to supply our upper jaw, mainly the incisors and the canine. Understand? Okay, so we saw about the anterior, middle as well as posterior superior alveolar nerve. So we are having something called as maxillary sinus. What is that, sir? Very important. So maxillary sinus is supplied by the posterior superior alveolar nerve, middle superior alveolar nerve as well as the anterior superior alveolar nerve. So all these three superior alveolar nerves together we call it as a branch called as the sinus called as the maxillary sinus. Understand? Okay. Now we will be seeing about a very important ganglion, that is called as pterygopalatine ganglion. What is that, sir? So any ganglion, if you see, first we classify them as topographically and functionally. Understand? So topographically it is connected with the maxillary nerve, and functionally you should remember it is connected with the facial nerve. Again, facial nerve. Now this pterygopalatine ganglion, what all glands it is going to be supplied? Very important. First is our lacrimal gland, nasal gland, also the palatal gland. Okay, lacrimal, nasal and the palatal gland our pterygopalatine ganglion is supplying. Very important. Okay, so look at the diagram part here. So here we are having the sensory root of the maxillary nerve, and this big ganglion you can see right here, this part we call it as the pterygopalatine ganglion, which we discuss now. Okay, now here it is being of the pathways we will discuss later. Just see this, orient yourself in the diagram, mainly the greater superficial petrosal, deep petrosal, and also we are having these together, we call it as autonomic root, that is the nerve to pterygoid canal or the Widden's nerve. Okay, we will be discussing later Widden's nerve. Yes, remember about Widden's nerve, I will tell you later. Okay, now we will look at the pathways, mainly the parasympathetic pathway. What is that, sir? First, very important, from the lacrimentary nucleus our trunk of facial nerve will be there, where in the lacrimetal nucleus our trunk of facial nerve will be there, which is our geniculate ganglion. And what do you mean by Widden's nerve? What we discussed here, that is the nerve to pterygoid canal. Okay, so it together, that is the greater petrosal nerve as well as the deep petrosal nerve, we call it as Widden's nerve. Greater petrosal nerve as well as deep petrosal nerve, together we call it as Widden's nerve, and that Widden's nerve is going to pass through our pterygopalatine ganglion. And from the pterygopalatine ganglion is going to give us branches, namely nasal branch, also the greater palatine nerve what we discussed, as well as the zygomatic nerve. And what all it is going to supply now? Nasal gland, nasal branch, if you see our nasal gland is going to supply our nasal gland. What about greater palatine nerve? So greater palatine nerve, we also have lesser palatine nerve. Along with that, it is going to supply our palatal gland. Okay. Next, very important, that is the zygomatic nerve. Along with the zygomatic temporal nerve, okay, along with that lacrimal nerve also is going to supply our lacrimal gland. So all the three glands we have discussed, that is the lacrimal gland, nasal gland and palatal gland, how it is distributing, that we have discussed now. Okay, so what we discussed: nasal branch, nasal gland, greater petrosal nerve along with the lesser petrosal nerve, palatal gland, that is greater palatine nerve along with the lesser palatine nerve, namely the palatal gland is going to supply. Next, very important, zygomatic nerve along with the zygomatic or temporal nerve, that is going to be supplied by lacrimal gland along with the lacrimal nerve. Okay, now we will discuss about the mandibular nerve. So mandibular nerve is the sensory root of the trigeminal ganglion. Okay, so motor root meaning the trigeminal ganglion along with the mandibular nerve. So very important. So mandibular nerve along with the motor root, that is the trigeminal ganglion, is going to pass through our ovale, that is foramen ovale. Okay, so who all are passing through foramen ovale? That is the trigeminal ganglion as well as the mandibular nerve is passing through the foramen ovale. That is going to form a trunk, that is the main trunk of the mandibular nerve. And this nerve, this trunk what we have discussed now, it is the attachment of the aortic ganglion. And also very important, it also gives a direct branch of the medial pterygoid muscle. So first it gives a branch attachment to the aortic ganglion and also a direct branch to the medial pterygoid muscle. Right, so it's clear now. Okay, now this nerve to medial pterygoid will pass through the aortic ganglion, right? So nerve to medial pterygoid is passing through the aortic ganglion without any relay. Very important, it is going to supply two muscles. What is that, sir? Let's see. It is going to supply tensor palatini muscle as well as tensor tympani muscle. Understand? So three important points you have to remember about the trunk. So trunk, it is going to give attachment to the aortic ganglion, it is going to give direct branch through the medial pterygoid muscle, and the medial pterygoid muscle we have a nerve called as nerve to pterygoid muscle that will pass through the aortic ganglion, and without any relay it is going to supply our two muscles, that is tensor palatini muscle and tensor tympani muscle. Okay, fine, this is about the mandibular. Now what is the relation of aortic ganglion, they are asking frequently. So we'll just discuss about that also. So aortic ganglion, if you see medially will have that particular muscle we will discuss now, that is the tensor valeae palatini muscle. Tensor valeae palatini muscle, and laterally we have the trunk of the main trunk of the mandibular nerve. Above, since it is moving through the foramen ovale, so above will be foramen ovale. Okay, foramen ovale, and below we have an artery called as middle meningeal artery. So what we discussed, medially, laterally, above and below, what all is there we discussed now, right? So medially it is the tensor valeae palatini muscle, laterally we have the trunk of the mandibular nerve, above we have the foramen ovale, below we have the middle meningeal artery, right? Okay, so this is about the to give you orientation. Mainly we have center, we have the aortic ganglion. Okay, so here it is giving the middle meningeal artery. So middle meningeal artery is below, okay, middle meningeal artery, and then lesser petrosal nerve and the auriculotemporal nerve is covering the middle meningeal artery along with the muscle of medial pterygoid muscle. Okay, this is the medial pterygoid muscle. Okay, now let's see the divisions of the mandibular nerve. Okay, now anterior division, if you see, we have three muscular branches to be learned. Three muscular branches. What is that, sir? Deep temporal branch. Deep temporal branch. mesenteric nerve and pterygoid branch. Very important, anterior division amma. So anterior division is giving 3 branch. What is that? Deep temporal branch, mesenteric nerve and pterygoid branch. Now one sensory branch is giving. Can I ask you one more question? How many branches are there in muscular branch and sensory branch? So 3 muscular branch you have to remember, 1 sensory branch, that is the buccal nerve. Buccal nerve is going to be attachment to what? Buccinata. So buccinata muscle as well as the skin. So it supplies the skin over the cheek. That is our buccal nerve. Okay. So this is about the sensory branch. So we discuss about the 3 muscular branches and the 1 sensory branch. So this is about the anterior division. What about posterior division, sir? See, it is giving 3 branches. What are the branches? So that is the auriculotemporal nerve. So 2 sensory and 1 is mixed. What is that? Inferior alveolar nerve. Okay, they can ask you one more question. What is mixed nerve? Inferior alveolar nerve. What is the 2 sensory amma? Auriculotemporal nerve and lingual nerve. That is the posterior division. So we discuss about the divisions of the mandibular nerve in part 2, right? So let's see what is there in part 3. Okay, thank you.